Welcome back to another episode of the Bad Influence Podcast. I am Jordan Banderas, and before we get started, don't forget to hit that follow, subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my episodes. Have you ever felt like you are wandering through life, unsure of where you are going or what you truly want? I know that feeling. That's how my life used to be. So, on today's episode, I want to tell you about the power of knowing what you want in life. Because here's what I have seen. If you have listened to my podcast, probably you know by now that if something intrigues me, I'm gonna study it, I'm gonna research it, and then I'm gonna talk about it. And one of the things that I have seen a lot lately is that people don't know exactly what they want in life. They just wander through life. They don't know what to do, and they do that through their entire lives. Which obviously is not good for you if you actually do that, because you're gonna be sometimes you're gonna be sad, sometimes you're gonna be depressed, sometimes you're gonna be angry because you're gonna feel like your life is sucky and all of these things. But what happens in this type of situation is that if we don't find exactly what we want, we will never be happy. If we don't find that one thing that literally burns this fire within us, that literally makes us wake up early in the morning and work all day on that, we will never find fulfillment. And another thing that I see is that people are waiting for others to tell them exactly what they should do or where they should go. And when you do that, it's so easy to get caught up in the expectations and opinions of others. And when we actually do that, we lose sight of our own desires and dreams. So we start feeling like we have to follow someone else's lead. We have to literally do what everyone else tells us. Like, if you don't want to be a doctor, but your parents tell you, hey, you have to be a doctor for whatever reason, you're going to be like, oh, you know what? I have to be a doctor. Even though I wanted to be an artist or, let's say, a content creator now, I have to be a doctor because that's what I've been told to do. And your dreams, your desires start to die down. They start to literally die down, and you will never be able to recover them unless you decide to figure out what you want. And one of the most important things that I have realized in my life is that when you know your life's purpose, everything changes. When you exactly know what you want, you become so focused on that one thing, and you become so driven in that one thing, and that actually makes you unstoppable. Like, literally nothing can stop you, because you're gonna talk about it. You're gonna literally work on it so damn hard that people are gonna tell you, like, why do you even do this? You suck. And you're like, you know what? You don't know me. You don't know anything about me, and I know what I want, and I'm gonna actually achieve this goal no matter who gets in my way. No matter who gets in my way. One of the things that I have seen lately, and it's very important to know this, I was watching this show with my wife where 5 girls go into a convent to become nuns. And there's like a trial period, a discernment period, right? Well, one of the girls, she goes, I'm gonna see if this works for me. I'm gonna see if I like it. I'm gonna see if I can become a nun. But the moment this doesn't work for me, I'm out. And that's exactly what a lot of people are doing right now. They're trying things without going all in. They're trying things and not giving themselves enough time to see if they actually like it, to see if they can actually do it. They're trying to swim, but they're only trying to get their toes wet. They don't jump in and learn how to swim while they're already in the water. Because like in this case with this girl, she was all like, if I don't like it, I'm gonna leave. Well, then why do you even try to become a nun if you're not gonna like it? Because here's what happens. When they got into the convent, their phones got taken away because no nun has a cell phone, right? She had fake nails. She had to take them off. She was so pissed about that, she quit. And I'm like, well, if you're gonna do something, if you really want to do something, I'm sure you're going to actually do some research about it. Not just go in and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it. No, that's not what you want to do if you really want to do it. Because, for example, when I started doing the podcast and I told my wife that I wanted to do the podcast, she's all like, well, then do some research and see if you like it. And I did research for months. I follow people and see if they can do it and I can do it. But I did my research. So one of the things that happens when you really know what you actually want, you're going to research it. And that's when you know that you actually want to do it, because you start discovering more and more things that you like about whatever you want to do. And you're like, you know what? I can do this. I can really do this. This is easy. This is hard, but guess what? I'm going to learn how to fucking do this. And that's what happened. But one of the things that I do want to tell you, though, I know I say a lot of things, but one of the things that I do want to tell you is that discovering what you want in life doesn't happen overnight. It's actually a journey of self-reflection, exploration, and growth. The reason why you have to self-reflect is because you cannot look at external things and see if you like them sometimes. Because there's so many things that you can try, you know, especially right now with the internet. You see it online right now on Instagram and TikTok and everything. Some people start doing their e-commerce stores and they don't like it and then they quit. And then they do the next thing. 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 And that's what they do pretty much their entire lives. But when you do some self-reflection and you start asking yourself the right questions, like, what exactly do I like? What tickles my fancy in this situation and gives me the inspiration to keep working? Like, when I was a kid, what did I like to do? Did I like to paint? Did I like to write things? Did I like to talk? Did I like to do sports? Things like that. That's one of the reasons why athletes start from a very young age, because when they're little, unless they're being forced by their parents, but when they're little, they start to like whatever sport they're on, like basketball, football, soccer, whatever. Look at LeBron James, look at Michael Jordan, look at all those big athletes, look at Kobe Bryant. They all started when they were little because that's what they liked. And if you're an adult and you don't know what you want in life, that's what you have to do. You have to go inward. And then you have to explore as well. You have to start looking into it to see if you like it, to see if you can do it, to get information from other people. And then you start growing into that phase of your life. You grow into, in this case, let's say my case, into a podcaster. Because if you look at my first podcast ever, the one that I did before this one, the Espunian Caregiver Live podcast, the first episode sucked. Like, it was so bad. And then I look at this episode, for example, the one that I'm doing right now, and I'm like, damn, I have grown so much. I have been able to learn how to communicate. I have been able to learn how to write, how to do videos, how to do all these things. And obviously, there's a lot more to grow into this. And I know I can do it because all I can think of is doing this. Ask my wife. I drive her crazy. But once you figure out exactly what you want in life, the most important thing to do is and this helps a lot actually, is to surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and encourage you to pursue them. In my case, that's my wife. Like I mentioned, when I told her that I wanted to do a podcast, she said, "Go ahead, do it. I know you can do it. Figure it out." And I was like, "Okay, you're not gonna give me the answers. You're not gonna help me." And she's like, "No, this is what you want, not what I want." So I started doing that. But she always believes in me and encourages me to pursue my dream. And anytime I have a question or I have an idea, she listens to them. She listens to them. And that's why you need to surround yourself with people that actually help you become better at what you want to do in life, and not people that actually are going to hold you back and tell you, "No, you suck. No, you're not good enough. Oh, no." No, because those are their limitations, not your limitations. They're trying to put their limitations onto you, and they're going to tell you that you suck when you don't. And a lot of people stop doing what they truly want to do in life because of people like that. And I honestly caught a lot of people that were like that of my life, including my family, because they are like that. But you know what? You have to do what you have to do. So if you find what you want to do in life, don't be afraid to take risk and embrace the unknown, because that's very important. Since it is in those moments of uncertainty that true growth happens. Those are the moments, like whenever you don't know what to do, like you get stuck, you don't know what to do, embrace that. Come up with questions that will help you figure out the answer and move forward. That's one of the best things that I can tell you to do, because you're gonna get stuck. There's gonna be times where you're gonna be like, "Ah, shit, I suck. I don't know how to do this." Well, you can Google it. You can ask questions to somebody online that does the same thing that you're doing. A lot of people that do that, they will answer your questions without any issues. They will be like, "I'm glad you're asking me this. I'm glad to help you," because they know what it feels like to start something new. So you have to do that. And when you know what you want in life, this is the most important thing. Success and happiness follow. That's true. Because you're doing what you want, you're doing something that is fulfilling for you. You may find success in it, even if it's not monetary success. But if you find like success in life, doing what you want, like traveling, doing something like creating computers, creating new code, things like that, you will be happy, because that's what literally gives you that itch that is unstoppable to get rid of. And you also have to remember that when you know what you want, you become the author of your own story. You become the director of your life, and you become your main actor in your movie. So start acting like it and give us a good show. Because a lot of people, believe it or not, are going to look at your movie and be like, "Damn, he did what he wanted. He was happy. I'm inspired now." That's how I feel about a lot of people that I follow, like Eric Thomas, Tom Bailey, all of them. I feel inspired by them because they do the same thing that I want to do. And I'm like, if they can do it, I can. I just need to grow a little bit more. So I'm going to leave you with this question. What do you truly want to do in life? Answer that question. You don't have to give anybody that answer. This is an answer that you have to give yourself, and you can keep it to yourself. You don't have to share it if you don't want to. And then after you have that answer, take the first step towards your dreams today and make them a reality. That's very important. Because when you do that, you will see what I'm talking about. And that's it for today. Thank you for the growth and the feedback. Thank you for all your support, all your comments, all your messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We are growing so much. I love it. Thank you for that. So remember to share, like, and subscribe. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And the links are in the episode's description. And here are my final thoughts. When you know what you really want in life, you become unstoppable. And have a great day.